does get the jump on the 37 of Dave Gambacorta. Bennett leading the way into turn number 1 as the field now starts to shuffle out 3 wide. Back for 4th place, so interesting competition right off the bat. Cool. Working the inside is Kevin Gambacorta. He gets the edge going into turn 3.
Well, that 3 wide battles between the 23 Gambacorta, Peter Bork's on the outside, and the meat of that sandwich is the number 81 of Aaron Goff. However, they go back to 2 wide. Goff gets tabbed coming off of 4, gets sideways, gets into Bork, now collects Paul Conte, and the 54 of Fran Siena gets involved as they off to check up.
And we've got debris, that's for sure. Paul Conte with a flat tire, and we've got liquid pouring from the front end of the 13. And most everybody's starting to pull away. We used to have 1 car stalled as yet, and we'll need a little push. And also another car, the 9 car of Bork, also has stalled in the infield. 74 of Zienka around. Let's see if he can fire it and get started again. He's apparently trying.
No, and actually he's climbing out of the car now. He's got his helmet off.
Give it up.
He's got the window net down. So we're 1 lap into this feature event, and we already have several cars out of the race. But typical Dare stock fashion, their rally, they bring a lot of excitement. We weren't even in turn number 1, and we were going 3 wide. They're battling for position number 5. That continued all the way around the racetrack. And when they came off of 4, the 81 of Aaron Goff checked up a bit as Peter Bork got into the back of him, and he had to get off the gas. Allowed someone to get in the back of him. He turned around, and then that just collected everyone else. So that's the story. 1 lap on the scoreboard as we continue to be under caution. Field going single file behind the Dylan Ford pace car.
Conte has stalled now on the backstretch in the 14 car. We'll see if we can get him on, at least onto pit road and out of harm's way. 37 and 13 already on pit road, so attrition already taking place here after lap number 1. Caution flag remains in the air as we still have some work to do.
One thing I wonder, Raleigh, about the 14 car, I'm not sure whether it's stalled or if the fact that that car just won't move anymore because of the problems that it suffered from that incident on the front straightaway on lap 1.
Yes, you're right.
See, the left rear tire is damaged. You have sheet metal damage up around the front bumper of the car. Appears that right rear is sitting awful low too, so he might have 2 flat rear tires.
Yes. You could predict that one coming when you saw Goff coming off that turn and getting a little bit loose, and that started to collect everybody else and just know where to run. Feel still pretty tightly bunched. And so we look forward to the resumption of this one very, very shortly. The 8 car of Eschenbrenner, it's not the 9, it was the 8 car of Eschenbrenner there in the infield, so he's also got a problem.
Well, Peter Bork does have damage, of course, the 9 car that you thought was sitting down the front stretch. If you look at him going underneath the Budweiser sign on the back stretch, you see the sheet metal hanging off his left front. You probably won't be able to resume the race under that. They might have to black flag him, bring him in to get that sheet metal off.
And remember, we do have another Dare Stock feature coming up a little bit later on in the program, so these boys have got some repairs to do in a hurry.
These boys better save their cars if they want to run the full 30 laps they're going to race tonight.
Absolutely. All right, the 54 car of Siena also on the hook, so Fran is out of the race. But the 37 now pulls away under his own power, and he's going to get back into the thick of things. Dave Gambacorta.
Well, Raleigh, I was just talking about on the back straightaway. 9 car possibly had to come in because of the sheet metal, and they just received the black flag. So Tony Lucky showed him the black flag. He will have to head down pit road this time by to get that sheet metal off if he wants to come back out on the racetrack.
Yes, and we shall see if he's able to do that. We would predict that he can. New pit crew on that team, and they've been doing a fine job last couple of weeks, really getting things sorted out for this team, and Bork has looked very good in that 9 car. Meanwhile, we have to hook up to the Conti machine. And hopefully it'll be a matter of just a few more minutes before we can get rolling again.
Definitely has to be a frustrating year this year for Peter Bork. Last year in competition, you'd see the 9 car. Back then it was yellow and white. It looked like the old car that Ricky Rudd drove for Rick Hendrick. But that 9 car was up in the top 5 every week, and now this year he seems to be struggling back in the mid-pack. He's been trying to get a handle on things, but he really hasn't come back to the same form that he was last year.
Yes, with their crew changes, they've looked good the last couple of weeks, and additions to their crew, I should say, and so hopefully that will help that team and get them right back in the thick of the Dare Division picture. While we have just a moment, we should remind all our race fans, Jimmy, that NASCAR New England and SMS Images and Teleproductions feature will be airing tomorrow night, July 19th at 6 o'clock, and again at 11 p.m. on WCTX, Connecticut's UPN station. Now, tomorrow night's episode will showcase the 9th annual True Value Late Model 100 that was run on June 27th and won by Ryan Pisacco. NASCAR New England airs every Saturday on WCTX from 6 to 7 p.m. and then again from 11 p.m. to midnight. So we hope you'll catch one or the other, or both if you feel so inclined. For more information on where to find WCTX on your cable system, all you have to do is go to www.wctx.com. As easy as that. Okay, the field is getting the indication to double up again for the restart. Michael Bennett shown your leader after lap 1. Gwenn Gaumond right alongside in the 17 car.
That 17 car was really strong earlier this year. They actually had the first 1-2 finish in Stafford history. Now, I've been around that long, so I don't know all the way back for all the history of the Speedway, but as far as I can remember, we've never had a 1-2 finish in any division, especially dare stocks, where we had 2 female competitors finish 1-2, but that's what happened the night when Gwenn Gaumond captured the checkered flag. The second across the line was the 18 of Stacy Botticello.
Right, and the first time I recall it, too. I don't know if we have records to show anything differently, but as far as I know, that's the way it stands. Okay, we are getting ready to resume our competition with 1 of 15 laps in the books. So here we go. Let's see if we can keep the boys running forward here the rest of this one. Off the turn, heading down the front stretch, and here's Jimmy Thompson with the call.
Tony Leckie waves the green flag in the air. It's Michael Bennett in the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond drag racing down the front stretch into turn number 1. This time the start is clean. Bill Kaufman wants to make a bid for the lead initially, but now we have trouble back in the apex of 1 and 2. It's the 00 of Dan King who goes around. Field's still underway. No sign of the yellow coming out yet as King gets it refired. Back up front, the 64 of Michael Bennett.
Leading the way, coming off 4, drifts up just a little bit, but certainly plenty of room between he and Bill Kaufman in the 21. Here comes Gwenn Gaumond to the inside. She'll work over Kaufman in turn 1. Nope, can't complete her move there. Meanwhile, Gambacorta, Kevin that is, he gets sideways and around he goes, all by his lonesome. So he loses that 4th spot, which gives it to Jeff Hubbell in the 26 car.
Both Gambacortas had trouble managing turns 1 and 2 as Gambacorta of Kevin, the 23, got loose coming off of 2 and going into 1. It was the 32 of David Gambacorta who got around. So we're back under yellow as the 27 of Tony Santangelo heads down through the grass onto pit road as we head down to pit road with Tony Sutton.
Well, guys, a little bit of sprinkles down here. Peter Bork working very hard trying to get that fender off. It came off a lot easier when you got hit. It doesn't want to come off when you're wailing on it.
Got a little extra support and inside there with nose, and I can't pull it off. A little too late now.
Well, if the rain holds off and you get back in as another feature event, will we be able to get the car fixed and come back out?
Oh, I think so. Just a little sheet metal, and we'll be back out and wreck it again.
Well, it's the sprinkles are coming down a little bit here on the track. Those with dirt track experience out here are doing fine. Those without dirt track experience are sliding around quite a bit. But we'll see if this shower just passes by, and hopefully it will, and we'll get this feature back underway.
There's a story from Tony Sutton on pit road, and we shall see what we shall see as we now get the word to line those cars up single file to get ready. We're going to get this one back underway as quickly as we can. Dan King stopped over by heat number 3. Now whether he's got a problem or not, we shall see. Talking to one of our NASCAR officials stationed there. No sign as yet of what King's indications may be. In any case, Michael Bennett, the leader after 2 of our 15 circuits, had built a pretty good lead too, so I'm sure he didn't want to see that caution.
Well, leaders really never want to see cautions when they're that far out ahead. It only allows the rest of the field to catch right back up. So in this case, it's going to hurt Bennett, but he's been strong in the restart so far. Both starts. We've only had 1 restart technically, but he's been strong on both of those. And right now he has the car of 21 of Bill Kaufman, the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond. Now Gaumond looks like she has a fast car too. She might be able to push the 64 by the 21 if the 64 falters getting through the gears, and the 21 has a better start. So Michael Bennett might have that ace up his sleeve in the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond.
Okay, we shall see. All right, Dan King is all right. He pulls away and picks up at the rear of the field. And hopefully we'll be back underway momentarily. Let's remind all the young people in our audience, Jimmy, that they can join the fastest kids club in sports. That's right, in all of sports. It's Jackaroots Kids Club. It offers members free admission to all NASCAR events here at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Also, there's free merchandise and kids club only meetings with NASCAR drivers in competition here at Stafford. For membership information, visit the Speedway office. Or if you're at home, you can visit SMS online at www.staffordspeedway.com. Just click on Kids Club. Kids Club members that haven't yet received their T-shirts can do so at the Speedway office. So check that out when you have the opportunity. While we have the opportunity also, we'd like to thank CarQuest Auto Parts for their involvement here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Good folks. CarQuest Auto Parts, a member of the 2003 Stafford Speedway contingency sponsor family, as well as being the proud sponsor of the CarQuest TechNet Spring Sizzler, the CarQuest 150, and the CarQuest Fall Final Weekend. For more information on CarQuest Auto Parts, visit www.carquest.com. Our boys circulating to keep those engines purring while we get ready for this restart as soon as conditions permit, and then we'll be running the final 13 circuits of this one, and we'll be moving along to our SK modified heats. Let's remind all of you that coming up on our agenda, the stars and cars of the NASCAR Featherlet Modified Series. They'll be returning right here to Stafford on Friday, August 8th. Don't forget that one now. That's for the 13th annual ASB American Classic 150, Friday, August 8th. Tickets are priced at $27.50 for adult general admission, $5 for youngsters ages 6 to 14 general admission, and all you youngsters ages 5 and under will be admitted free, absolutely free. Reserved seating is also available, and you can order your tickets by calling the Speedway box office at area code 860-684-2783. That's area code 860-684-2783. Now let's go down to pit road and Tony Sutton.
Well, I want to let everybody know that in the paddock area, I ran into Randy LaJoy, who is up here visiting with some folks and kind of reminiscing over where he started his racing career here at Stafford and other tracks around New England. And also Charles Lewandowski is around here. He's poised to move up to the Busch North Series. He has a couple of cars that he purchased from Buckshot Jones. And so the progression of drivers who have stepped up continues here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Randy LaJoy, obviously a veteran driver in a Busch Grand National circuit, here with a quick visit. And a future star, I guess, Charles Lewandowski. Both of these guys around. Maybe we get a word with them a little later on.
All right, I'm sure our fans would appreciate that, Tony, if you can catch up with them. Once again, great. That would be terrific. We're still on hold, as Tony Leckie indicates to the field. Keep it in single file, folks, and just keep that track surface good and dry for us. All right? You know, our Speedway concession stands are ready to serve you right now, so if you'd like to take a quick break and hop on out to the Midway, they're all ready and eager to serve you with a fine assortment of good food. So visit one of our conveniently located stands throughout the Midway. All righty? While you're on the Midway, too, we suggest you visit our Speedway novelty shop. That's located on the upper Midway behind the Turn 4 grandstands. Lots of new items for you this season. In addition to the newly designed 2003 Stafford Motor Speedway SK Modified T-shirts and sweatshirts, you'll also find authentic Stafford Motor Speedway jackets, NASCAR die-cast cars, quite an assortment, and the ever-popular Pit Stopper magazines. Novelty booth also has Mike Stefanik 8-time champion hats, Tim Andrews hats and T-shirts, Chris Kopech T-shirts, Featherlight Modified Series T-shirts, and Sunoco sweats and T-shirts. So when you have the opportunity, be sure to visit the Speedway novelty shop right behind the Turn 4 grandstands. You know, when you get that Pit Stopper magazine, too, we surely hope you'll look for the ballot for the Speedway's Most Popular Driver Award. That's right, you, the fans, vote on who is most popular driver each season. The Most Popular Driver Award is determined at the end of the season. So entering tonight, Ted Christopher and Willie Hardy are tied for the SK Modified lead. Bo Gunning is next in line with 20 votes behind our leaders. Eric Burnt trails by 21 votes. As for the late model division, Woody Pitcat leads Mike Quintiliano by 15 votes and Chuck Zentarski by 20 votes. And in the Dare division, Peter Bork leads Michael Bennett by 25 votes and Scott Hitchcock by 30 votes. Official most popular driver ballots found on the last page of the Pit Stopper magazine, now on sale throughout the Speedway and at our novelty shop. We hope you'll get in on the fun and get in on the balloting. Alrighty? All right, the field told to step it up, and we'll get this racing service just a little bit better for you, and then get back underway. NASCAR officials keeping a close eye on things, and as soon as we're all set to go, we certainly will get that green flag a-flying one more time for you. We certainly appreciate your being on hand tonight here at Jackaroo Stafford Motor Speedway, and we certainly hope you enjoy all the night's competition, and we'll be here each and every Friday night until the final weekend of the season. You don't want to miss that. Of course, that's when we combine both the NASCAR Busch North Series and the NASCAR Featherlight Modified Series for the 31st Annual CarQuest Fall Final. So if you have your little date book with you, or if your memory's all set for this, the dates for that, September 26th through the September 28th. That's the 31st Annual CarQuest Fall Final Weekend. Tickets will be priced at $35 for adult general admission, $5 for youngsters ages 6 to 14 general admission, and all the youngsters ages 5 and under will be admitted free. That's for CarQuest Fall Final Weekend, year number 31, on September 26th through the 28th. Make plans to be here. Always a big way to cap off another good racing season. All right, we are ready to roll one more time. Our pace car leading the field down the backstretch, and we'll be back to racing action momentarily as we have lost several of our competitors because of the earlier incident. 17 of our 25 starters still on the grid, but 8 cars sidelined in this one already. So here we go, ready to resume. As the pace car moves off turn number 4, Tony Leckie is poised and ready to give the field a green flag. Here they come off the turn, and here's Jimmy with the call.
Off turn 4, Michael Bennett and the 21 of Bill Kaufman wait for the green flag. It is now out, and they go single file 1 and 2, but the battle picks up for number 3 going into turn number 1. It's the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond below the 32. Excuse me, the 23, that being Kevin Gambacorta, along with the 26 of Jeff Hubbell and the 60 of Tom Sturck, all in that battle for 3rd place, going down into turn number 3.
But Michael Bennett certainly has picked up where he left off, but Bill Kaufman is giving him a good run this time. Kaufman hanging right with him as we complete our 3rd lap. Still 12 laps remaining. On the outside groove, it's the 23 moving up to take over 4th place, Kevin Gambacorta. Going to keep track of all these Gambacortas, but look at Hubbell. He takes it right back as he gets some good bite in the middle of the turn and holds that spot. Here's Gwenn Gaumond now moving for that 2nd spot on the inside in turn number 3. Can't complete her move. Off the turn they come, and Gwenn will give it another try. Here she comes, and she's got it this time. So Michael Bennett will now have a new pursuer now. Here comes Hubbell. He's moving up rapidly. Into the turn they go. He moves up alongside Kaufman, and Hubbell has the 3rd spot.
17 got by the 21 of Kaufman. That just opened the door, as it seems like everyone behind him is going past. Now the 23 of Kevin Gambacorta looks low going into turn number 3. And here comes the 32, his father David, along with the 60 of Tommy Sturck. They're all trying to keep this chain moving and send Bill Kaufman further back in the field. But right now the battle still is between the 32 and the 21, Kaufman and Gambacorta, down into turn number 1.
Well, Dad chasing son now as he takes over the number 5 spot. Off the turn they go. Kevin still with that edge on the backstretch. Tom Sturck, meanwhile, overtakes Kaufman, and he moves into 6th place. Purple and white number 60 running in 6th as Bennett completes another circuit.
Well, still Michael Bennett out in front with the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond, the 26 of Jeff Hubbell, then the Gambacortas of Kevin and Vince, the 60 of Tom Sturck, Bill Kaufman. Neil Provost Jr. slowly making his way up through the field now as he is right behind Bill Kaufman coming off of turn number 2. He now takes a look down to the inside, heading into number 3, backs off. Now it's still Kaufman and Provost running single file behind each other.
Meanwhile, back in the pack, a little bumper tag going on. Aaron Goff holding up Stacy Monticello as she's trying to work her way up in this field in the red number 18, but unable to find an opening at the moment. Kaufman, meanwhile, gets way up in the marbles and loses a lot of space. Tony San Angelo motors on by. Here's Dan King to do likewise. Now Stacy breaks free in the 18 car, works her way up alongside the 81 of Goff. Meanwhile, back up front, it's getting to be tighter and tighter. Gwenn Gaumond now closing right in, and we've got a three-way battle as Jeff Hubbell has entered the picture in the rental race car number 26.
Well, Gwenn Gaumond took a look to the outside off of turn number 2. She backed off because it started to open the door for Jeff Hubbell in his 26. They now go single file coming off of 4. Now Gaumond appears to have a run as she is all over the back end of Bennett. Takes a look to the outside of Bennett going into turn number 1. Double file. Give position number 1 to Gwenn Gaumond, but Michael Bennett is not satisfied with that. He comes right back to reclaim position number 1.
Yes, sir. Good battle down the backstretch. Here comes Gaumond now. Just a little bit more power underneath the hood of that car, apparently, but Bennett doing the job in the turns, able to hold her off. Off turn 4 they come, and it's still Bennett leading the way, but look at Gwenn. She's going to surge right back and try to get that lead again. Into the turn, they swap a little paint. Little fender rubbing going on there. Bennett on the inside, holds on for dear life, and has the lead after 10 circuits.
Well, now Michael Bennett has the 26 of Jeff Hubbell helping him as he's going to attempt to push the 64 past Gwenn Gaumond.
Hey,
What would help the 64 Bennett right now is if the 17 and the 26 start racing, but right now we have trouble off of turn number 2. It's the 76 of Tony Bartley and the 12 of Jim Sullivan. They get together and now rest against the retaining wall just off of turn number 2 in the start of the backstretch. So the field is back under yellow with 11 laps complete.
And so our battle for this top spot is going to continue. We have 4 circuits to go. And Sullivan able to pull away, and also Bartley in the 76 able to pull away. So that's good. Both will get right back in the competition, hopefully, as the rest of the field motors down behind them. Try to get our 2 competitors on past them. Here we come.
One thing to watch there, Raleigh, is the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond is driving a different line from everybody else tonight. She's finding great success with that. She's been working the outside line as Michael Bennett and most of the drivers try to take the preferred line, which is the inside groove, which is normally the shortest way around the racetrack if your car is handling well. But sometimes it's easier to find that the higher groove, you get a better run. It's easier to find your car there and feel more comfortable for the driver, and that really seems to be helping the 17 of Gwenn Gaumond.
No question. Now we have a blue van. You've left your lights on in the parking lot. The registration number is 130SMN. That's 130SMN. A blue van. Your lights are on. So take care of that as quickly as you can, if you would. Now then, we're getting the field all sorted out. We'll be ready to go very shortly.
You see the 76 and the 12 are coming down pit road. They both received the black flag last time they crossed the stripe because of the incident that what happened. So we will go back on the green with these 2 boys a little bit further back in the field.
And a little consultation with our NASCAR official for the 12 of Sullivan and the 76 of Bartley. Being given a few lessons on proper conduct on the Speedway. And we'll be ready to roll next time by.
See the field's double up once again, Raleigh. 64 of Michael Bennett, he'll have to do it again. Although this time he might be happy with the restart because he just didn't seem to have the best feel after the last restart. He was having some very good luck getting away from the cars, but then these yellows were coming out and they kept collecting the field back up to him. And this past time he wasn't able to pull away as well as he would would have liked to, but now he's back up front with Gwenn Gaumond. We'll see if he can get a better restart this time and he can pull away, or if the 17 of Gaumond can actually beat him down in the turn number 1.
All right, we shall see. We did not quite complete that lap, so we revert back to 10 laps complete scored. So we still have 5 laps to go as we get ready for the green flag, and there it is. Once again, Bennett gets the jump on Gaumond, but let's see how it all sorts out. On the inside, Hubbell will try to take advantage of that inside groove to overtake Gaumond. Let's see if Gwenn still has that good power down the backstretch. Jeff managing to hang right with her. Here comes Tom Sturck to enter the picture in the number 60 car. A little sorting out going behind the leaders. Bennett on the inside groove trying to hold off Hubbell as they go into turn 1. Little chrome horn action right there. And it's Hubbell running second now, and he'll look for racing room down the backstretch.
Well, now the real racing action between 00 of Dan King and the 60 of Tom Sturck. That's the battle for 4th place. They go down to the turn number 3, give position number 4 to Dan King. Now Tom Sturck files in single file behind him as the 18 of Stacy Botticello and the 23 of Kevin Gambacorta both look on to take on position. But back up front, it's really the heat between the number 17 and now the 00. Dan King seems to be knifing his way through the field as we have 2 laps to go this time by. He realizes it's time to go, or he's going to have to pack him up, and he's satisfied with only a 3rd place finish, so he's on the move.
Right, and when they come to the line, they'll see the indication just 2 laps to go, and Bennett fighting tenaciously to hold on to the lead. The second-year driver looking for his 2nd career win. Let's see if he can do it. Hubbell still holding on, King pressuring him, and Gwenn Gaumond right there waiting for somebody to make a mistake, which hasn't happened as yet. Meanwhile, Stacy Botticello, who's up alongside Tom Sturck. So this is something else. Quite a race this has turned out to be. Off the turn they come. Gaumond drifts up high. Michael Bennett is the leader at the line, but Gaumond with that outside line makes it 3 wide going to turn 1. Oh boy, hang on folks. Bennett taking advantage of all these flurries behind him is hanging tough in the lead. Down the backstretch, Stacy Botticello moves into 5th place. Dan King now runs 2nd as he worked past Hubbell. Here we go now, final turn to the line they will come. Here's the checkered flag in the air, 3 wide behind our leader, and it'll be Michael Bennett for the win. Jeff Hubbell 2nd, Gwenn Gaumond 3rd, Dan King 4th, Stacy Botticello 5th, and Tom Sturck in 6th place in car 60. How about that one? Turned out to be quite a battle. All right, some of Michael's fans eager to get down to meet him in victory lane. Tony Sutton is down there. He'll be talking to our winner very, very shortly. And so our first feature of the night is now in the books, and they'll have another regularly scheduled feature coming up later on. That, of course, just run was the feature postponed from last week because of the weather conditions. So that's the way we stand at the moment. There's your winner, and he'll move at number 64 onto victory lane. While we have the opportunity, before we get down to victory lane, let's remind all of you, if you can't be with us on a Friday night, well, you certainly can be with us another way. We can be heard live worldwide on YahooBroadcast.com. That's correct. You can log on before, during, and after the races to experience Stafford Motor Speedway on the internet. That's right, worldwide. For more information, visit SMS online at www.staffordspeedway.com. Well, the top 3 have pulled into victory lane, and we'll be getting down there momentarily. Tony Sutton standing by, and we'll get to Tony in just a second. You might notice that Stafford Motor Speedway state-of-the-art speedway safety signals are compliments of Wheelan Engineering of Chester, Connecticut. Now let's go to victory lane. Tony Sutton standing by.
Well, Michael Bennett's out of the car, and it's a shame he has no enthusiasm of his crew. On the phone, who are we talking to?
I won, man. I love you. I gotta go. Hold on.
Well, there's always priority. We gotta call home. Hey, a great race, man. I'll tell you what, you guys put on a terrific show tonight.
Well, I just know that before I do anything talking about the race, I gotta thank all the guys. We've had so many motor problems this year. We've been just coming back every other week, different motor. I just gotta thank all the guys. My brother, Brent, Rocco, Scott, my father, So hope it's everybody. Malcolm and Uncle Bruce helped out tonight. Paul. All my sponsors, Cascarini Builders, H&B Sign, Alcoa, CNS Distributors, S&B Carpentry, McKinney Construction, Paradiso Financial, Photo Pro, American General, Rockwell Millworks, Dean Cascarini, Randy's Trucking. I got some more. Paint by Tony, Stafford Sand and Gravel. Awesome. Thank you to all those guys. Now let's talk.
Unbelievable. You got them all in. I'm very, very impressed. A great race. I mean, during the restarts, did you think maybe you were going to be in trouble because those guys were right on top of you and all around you?
Yeah, all year, we know we have not as fast as motor as all these guys. The 26 and the 18 and the 3. I mean, all those guys are just so fast. I just knew if we could get out front, I could use that mirror as big as it could be, and without overdriving it. That's been my problem this year is overdriving, but we got it here. I got to thank all the guys again. This is great.
Michael Bennett, congratulations, a great drive, and now you got to do it all over again a little later on.
Yeah, maybe we can get 2 in one night. That was our goal, so maybe we'll attain it.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well done, Tony Sutton with our winner, Michael Bennett, and Michael, a mighty happy young man. Here's our second place man.
Well, Jeff, I'll tell you what, man, a great race. You were there the entire time. Just quite couldn't get around him.
Yeah, we gave it our best shot. We were trying to get underneath him. I didn't have the motor to go on the outside. I tried it once, and I knew I was going to lose positions, so I kept trying to get underneath, gave him a little hello tap. But I drove him clean. I could have gotten by if I pushed him out, but I don't drive that way. So he ran a great race, and good luck to him.
Well, I'll tell you what, you all ran a great race, and it was really nip and tuck as to who was going to come in second and third, because the race down near the end there was 3 or 4 cars so close together it was anybody's guess. Congratulations on your second place finish.
It was awful wild, that second restart in the rain. I mean, we were all sideways. I mean, completely sideways. And the Rental Race Car guys, I got to thank them, and Gary Spinato for his engine. It's a great car, and I was able to drive it sideways, which is a small miracle the way it was out there.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a great show to watch. Now you got to go back to the paddock area, do some work on the car, and come back and do it again.
Hopefully we can do it again and get one more position up.
Jeff Hubbell, second place, congratulations.
Well, our top 3 enjoying their Village Springs natural spring water to live by, and Gwenn Gaumond just completed sipping a little bit, so she's ready for an interview, I think, Tony.
Well, Gwen, a great race. I'll tell you what, people say you cannot drive on the outside, especially when it's a little damp, but you proved them wrong.
Yeah, I actually like the outside line here. My first year I was a little worried about it, but now I'm pretty comfortable up there. I just want to thank one of my very close friends who helps me out a lot on the race car, and when I won I happened to have forgotten to mention him, so I want to thank Seth and S. Duval Trucking for all the help they put into the car. We picked up a couple sponsors after our first win, Pinnacle Auto Glass and RT Accounting Services, and then there's always Laframboise Well Drilling and ATR, and without them we couldn't do this, so I really want to thank them a lot.
Well, I'll tell you what, you really represent all your sponsors very well. They should be proud of you, and you should be proud of what you've done. Now you got to go back, work on the car a little bit, and maybe we'll be up there where the checkers are.
That would be great. Thank you very much.
Gwenn Gaumond finishing third place down here from Victory Lane, the first of 2 Dare Division feature races tonight here at Stafford Motor Speedway. Back upstairs.
All right, Tony Sutton.